Hello guys, and welcome back to another Clocked Out Gaming video. Today, we are going to talk about Battlefield 1 Beta and our impressions and opinions of it. So, I am Kyle. I'm the half Asian kid here on the channel.
No.
Shut the fuck up, Josh. Here's Josh. You wanna explain yourself, Josh?
I'm Josh.
Okay, Ronny.
Says Ronny.
Hi.
New kid on the block.
I'm Mark0180. I have a separate channel. If Kyle wants to put it in the description, check it out.
Which I will.
He will. He says he will, so check it out.
Don't do it.
I will do it. Okay, so let's get into this, guys. Who wants to start off their opinions
Okay,
on
first
Battlefield
off,
1?
yes, we are doing this. This is our impressions of the Battlefield 1 beta compared to the history of Battlefield. Alright, well.
There you go, Mark. Keep going.
I thought the beta was pretty good. What do you guys think?
I thought it was pretty good. Ronny?
Full opinions, you fucking dicks.
I thought it was good. I mean, it could use a little work. I get with the bugs and stuff, but I mean,
there was
a little
that's gonna come out.
We had the bugs of voting, the scopes not aiming right.
I thought the scopes were fine.
Sometimes with the snipers, they're buggy. What about Giraffe Neck? That came back. You remember that in Battlefield 3, Mark? The beta where people were running around and they had fucking Giraffe Neck.
Because the rocket launcher.
No, but your gear was like slinging around.
Yeah, that was another problem too. But those were minor, bugs. There wasn't actually any game-breaking bugs.
No.
Like I remember the Battlefield 3 beta where you would be running around and you'd fucking fall through
right
the map. Yeah, or you'd fucking vault over a rock and you just vault through the map. It was pretty shitty.
Oh. So what did you like about Battlefield 1?
I liked almost absolutely everything about Battlefield 1. I think it's almost one of the best Battlefield games ever created. I think it really simulates World War I very well. It reminds me of reading the stories about trench warfare, and that's what, especially teamwork. Teamwork's very needed in this game. Like, if you don't work as a team, you're fucked.
That was basically every Battlefield, though. Okay.
Well,
Alright, personally for me, Bad Company 2 will always be the best Battlefield.
Yeah, that's
How would
true.
you compare it to that?
To me, Battlefield Bad Company was very good. We had a lot of good times on that, but I think Battlefield 1's going to be very good. It's a very good game, I think.
I thought 3 to 4, Battlefield 3 to 4 was like a carbon copy, pretty much. Except
Battlefield 4 definitely was a carbon copy.
yeah, it was the exact same thing as
the maps were shitty, I thought, and everything else was shitty.
No,
pretty much the
okay,
same guns.
Battlefield 4, one of the main maps, they even used it in beta. It was in the city. I can't remember what it's called because it's been a while since I played it. But it's the one with the giant skyscraper and it can collapse.
Oh, yeah.
That was amazing. Because that's the first time they had a skyscraper fall, if I'm correct.
But they had this thing called Levolution, and that's what the maps were all about, is that all you would do is run in there, and you could basically just destroy one big building, and that was it. Now in Battlefield 1, it's like Battlefield Bad Company again, where you can fucking go ram the tanks right through the damn buildings again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Battlefield 4 was kind of scripted with that whole thing. But now,
exactly.
But Battlefield 1, you can take out the Zeppelin, the train, and it breaks anywhere. You can go through anything now.
Anyone that's a fan of shooter games has been asking for a game in the past, like World War II, Vietnam, something in the past. They've been asking for that kind of warfare, and no company is doing that. And I kind of respect DICE in a way for taking the risk and actually trying to go back in the past, because war games keep getting more and more fast-paced, and it's hard to go back because there's not as much technology, not as many guns. The vehicles are even slower, but it works.
Yeah.
What was funny?
Huh? The vehicles weren't that slow. I mean, like in World War I,
Compared to
like an M1 Abrams going fucking 70 miles per hour. Yeah, but the tanks in Battlefield 1 are sped up a little bit, I think, because I think World War I tanks, like the British land ships and stuff, I'm pretty sure they could only go 4 miles an hour. They have to be, in the game they have to be going 20 miles an hour.
Well, yeah, remember,
maybe,
they're doing their own version of it, not completely following history.
And that's That's the other thing Dice said, is that they were looking at Call of Duty and what Activision was doing with it, and they were... It's kind of to poke fun at Activision going all the way in the future, and instead they did it like ass backwards, and they went all the way backwards.
I think they did a good job with it.
But I just think it was a bold move. They're doing what the fans want, but it's very risky because, I mean, we all know how EA games turn out.
Yeah. I mean, there was server problems, too.
A lot of them. I mean, like, every time you join a game, it said EA servers are down or you get disconnected randomly.
Another problem I had with the beta, and normally for me personally, this is not a problem because I feel like more games need this, was the sniping. Now, I don't know if this is bad in the game, but the beta map they chose was terrible for sniping.
Oh, yeah.
And what I mean by terrible is you would always die by it. I'm not saying sniping is overpowered, but hopefully when a full game comes out, there's more enclosed maps and more buildings, because the map they decided to use, the desert, it was all open land. There was barely any buildings, and a sniper could just see you from spawn to spawn, and it was too easy to die. Like, normally I love sniping. I feel like games need it more. Now, I'm not talking about quickscoping, people running around and just, using like a shotgun. I mean actual sniping. But this was a little ridiculous when it's only the only map you can play on.
Yeah. The sniping was bad, especially Ronny's case.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Every time I'd spawn, I'd get spawned killed by something.
The snipers... I mean, people in that game thought that you could snipe... If you watch your gameplay videos, you see that Ronny and I are in the tanks a lot. Well, there was these damn people that would just try to snipe the fucking tanks. Now, yeah, you get the armor-piercing rounds, but that only does 7 per 9 damage per shot. So you got a whole line of people fucking shooting you with snipers, and then you got this thing where people think that if you play a sniper, that makes you a good player. And no, what makes you a good player is if you use teamwork. That's how you win. That's what this game's about.
I think that's always made Battlefield stand out from Call of Duty, because Call of Duty, it's like a standalone, I normally don't play with my friends. When I go on Call of Duty, it's normally by myself, and I just run around and shoot people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just all Call of Duty is. There's no tactics, it's just running around and shooting. And people like it because of the fast-paced action. It's constantly action, where Battlefield, it's not as fast-paced, and there's dull moments. But I personally feel like it creates a better experience with your friends, because you're actually working together, and you all run into that oh shit moment, and it creates memories.
Yeah, like, especially when other people were charging your lines. Let's talk about weapons. Like, what we thought about the weapons.
I love bolt actions. Bolt actions are my favorite. All around.
I thought the weapons were pretty good. I noticed that a lot of the weapons in this genre were exactly the same. You would have 3 of the same type of weapons, but one would be artillery, one would be infantry, one would be I think support.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But each weapon had its different attributes. I mean, I don't know, it was really interesting to see.
You didn't get to play the beta as much as we did you, Mark?
No, because of work, but I did get to see...
Yeah.
I did get to see a good bit. I got to play a little bit with each class, and of course, I've always been a medic because I like helping people. Which is another thing I wanted to talk about. Battlefield needs to make up their mind what they're doing with the medic class. Because I remember at Bad Company 2, it was the medic class. It was just its own separate class, and it had a large machine gun, or a light machine gun, whatever you want to call it. And then Battlefield 3 and 4, it became part of the assault class, which was great, because assault rifle, they're really good. And I didn't really use any other stuff like smoke grenades and stuff, so I was always healing people, because that's what I do. And then I went to Battlefield 1, and my big problem with that is I love semi-auto rifles and bolt actions. That's all I used to use in Call of Duty World at War. It's been a while since games have had that type of weaponry. But when you're playing as a medic, you got to run out into the battlefield to revive people. And as good as the semi-autos are, if someone comes up with a machine gun, it's too easy to get gunned down. Being a medic, it's pretty crucial, because with Rush, when you revive someone, you get that ticket back.
Yeah. That's right.
And normally when people die, it's because they're in the battlefield. So you got to run out there with all that gunfire, and you can maybe kill one person, but a couple of people come towards you, you're not going to spray them down with a semi-auto.
Yeah, that was the one thing I had that I thought was kind of weird with the medic was that it was more bolt action than anything. Like, you do one shot or, like you said, semi-automatic. It's like, I don't know how I'm supposed to get in there.
Well, yeah,
you know?
all their guns were, you had the, I forget all the guns' names now because I didn't mess with it that much, but yeah, all the guns were bolt action, but nothing beats a bolt action weapon.
I don't know, it just felt weird for me that a medic should be somewhat mid-distance, not on the front lines.
Yeah, that is true.
Because you can't heal someone. Well, I mean, you can heal by throwing the bandages, but like reviving someone, you can't do that across the map. You got to go out into the battlefield. And for someone that has that type of job, they need to have a gun that fits that job.
Yeah.
And that job, those guns are not for close distance fighting.
Other than the bayoneting.
Yeah, that's basically it.
But
Yeah.
that's like every
great.
class.
Yeah, the bayoneting was great. I love, if you watch, what is that, the Battlefield Gameplay Part 2, you'll see me bayoneting in the beginning, and there was other stuff not recorded that we've done tons of bayoneting, and it was really fun. Like, the bayoneting's awesome. I love the fucking charging.
It's like one of those things where it's like gratifying to do, but it's also whenever it's done to you, you don't feel like you're being cheated.
Oh yeah, but speaking about the bayoneting, I think it's the Battlefield Gameplay Part 2. You'll see a bug, and I don't know if it's actually really a bug or if they'll fix it. I charge and bayonet a guy, and I go right around him. I don't lock on or anything. And Ronny had the problem with that too, where you would charge at a guy if he was hitting somebody, and you would just like charge right past him. It was really stupid.
I mean, I don't know if it was user error or not, but I mean...
I'm pretty sure
I
it
don't
was
know.
the game.
But yeah, I
Because
mean,
he would
like...
go like right around
Yeah, like,
him.
I charged straight through the guy. Like, I went straight through the guy. I was like, okay. And they turned around and kills me. And
Maybe you missed.
maybe, I don't know.
I don't know though. Like I've had that happen a few times. Speaking about classes though, the assault class was pretty fun to play as.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love the weapon
Yeah.
that they chose for it. Like, that
Yeah,
they
it was
used
good.
in the beta. It was really fun to use.
Yeah, it was a good gun.
What a support class. I always thought the ammo boxes pretty much didn't make, like, you die so often that you really don't need the ammo boxes. And it seems kind of like a thing they should work on. I don't know what you do with it.
yeah, like the support class. Now I remember Battlefield 3, you got a mortar, and I'm pretty sure in Battlefield 4 you got a mortar too, but it wasn't as good. Now, I don't know if World War I if they had mortars or not, but it was using them in Battlefield 3 and 4 were really fun if they were in 4, and I wish that the support class had more things to it because they hardly have like nothing. Like I looked through it, I played the support class, and I didn't have any fun playing support at all.
Mm.
It is just a beta, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I think what they were going with the support class, how you're saying resupplying ammo. I know in previous Battlefields it was a little easier to survive because I remember I would run out of ammo. That never happened to me once playing the beta. Mostly because I got sniped across the map.
Yeah.
That or blown up by a tank.
Yeah, that's true too.
I feel like it was more to resupply the assault class.
Resupply.
I know in the older games it did.
Yeah, it always resupply grenades and stuff like that. Now, speaking about the assault class was really fun though. Ronny and I played the assault class a lot. I'm not too sure if you did, Mark, play the assault class.
I did a little bit, and I loved the gun. Like
Yeah,
the what was it? The trench gun? What they called it
I
in that
think
game?
so.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
But like I said, I love playing as a medic, and playing the assault class. I couldn't revive people, so
assault class was always fun. Like when you see a tank in that game and you have no other tanks, people need to go support and they need to go assault. I mean, and they need to go medic because Ronny and I would get the TNT and just fucking or the dynamite, yeah, and we just throw it onto the enemy's tanks and blow the shit. We didn't even give a shit about killing ourselves. It was all about like killing that fucking enemy tank. Like always, we would fucking charge at those tanks.
That was your key for survival.
I do think the assault class is probably in this battlefield probably one of the most important classes.
Yeah.
Because tanks are really, I wouldn't say overpowered, but powerful.
Yeah.
And with a good squad, you can make that tank go a long way. But also, you can use the assault class to take out tanks that are coming along.
Oh yeah. You had tanks. you'd have parts in that game where they just fucking charge you with assault classes if you were on the tank. But speaking about the tanks also, I saw a lot when I was playing in the game that a lot of people said the tanks were overpowered and they need nerfed and stuff. I think they're fine. I think they're realistic. When the in World War One, when the British first launched out the tanks during one of the battles, the Germans had no clue what the hell they were, and they had a hell of a time trying to destroy the damn thing too, because they thought they were just water tanks. That's why they were called tanks. And then this shit started fucking shooting at them, and then there's where warfare changed.
Yeah, I think they did a pretty job.
Yeah,
with
the
it.
tanks were amazing.
I mean, it's like in roulette. I mean, you get shot with a tank, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be like, oh man, oh wounded.
They look like turds though. Like they just look like.
Oh yeah,
up,
they look like boxes.
Like shoe boxes with pipes sticking out.
That's basically what the tanks did look like.
If you watch our gameplay videos, a lot of videos is in tanks. I've always loved driving a tank in Battlefield.
I prefer being on the ground because I know being in a tank and with a good tank, that's how you can really mess up the other team. But I've always preferred being on foot because that's how I personally feel like I get my experience. Being in a tank, just sitting there waiting. I mean, the only time I'm ever patient in a war game is when I'm sniping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Sniper here, Josh. Always played scout.
Captain Josh.
Yeah, he was one of the guys that would shoot at the tanks, right, Josh?
No, I never shot at tanks.
Back in Battlefield 3 is when Mark, Josh, and I played Battlefield 3 a lot, along with some other friends. We didn't meet Ronny yet at that time. And we used to play Rush a lot. That's because Rush was really fun. Conquest was kind of boring. Like, you would go and capture the same points over and over again. But in Battlefield 4, Rush sucked. Like, it was terrible. I hated Rush. Ronny and I played a lot of it.
I think it had more to do with the maps, though.
Yeah,
I
the
stand by
maps.
the maps in 4 were just not very good.
It was more maps and teammates, really. Like, it was your team. I mean, if you had a really crappy team, you weren't going to push crap.
Yeah. But that's how it is in Battlefield 1 now, too. I mean, like, I think Battlefield 1 puts Rush at its best. You got your defensive line, and they actually draw lines out. Like, they'll be entrenched on machine guns in the tanks, and they'll just sit there and wait for you. I remember the one game we all four were playing, and we were getting charged at that one ravine where they come out at, and I crawled to the fucking machine gun and, like, gunned down 14 of them. That was insane. Like, when you hear those war stories and stuff, that's what you feel like when you're playing that game, and that's what makes that game so special.
Well, you're a war veteran now.
Oh yeah, I'm a real war vet.
I have to admit, it was pretty intense. Like, because you were like gunning down, and like me and Josh and Mark were all trying to toss gas grenades or smoke, to keep them at bay.
Yeah, and they just flood that area. Eventually, they did get that point. Too bad that gameplay wasn't recorded. I should have done that.
I think on that map they used for the beta, that last holding point was probably the best because you got the wide open land over here, and then just over here to the right. Well, if you're attacking on the right side, you'd have that little valley. And just people would charge through it, and it's just straight up warfare. I don't know why I was going like that. That was supposed to be bullets.
But it was a great beta. Like, I really enjoyed it. Conquest, though, we didn't play too much of Conquest. I
played a good bit of it. Hey,
played it in the beginning.
Yeah, me and Josh played a lot of it.
Yeah.
See, I think we might have been so used to not playing Rush from Battlefield 4 that we played, like, that's why we went to Battlefield 1 playing Conquest.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was playing Conquest, I didn't have that much fun with it. I mean, yeah, you can get in the bomber planes, which are really cool. I love flying planes in the game. The cool thing was that fucking train. That train was awesome. Did you get to ride on the train much, Mark? Oh, yeah.
I was always on the winning team.
The first game we actually got to ride on the train. And, like, I just remember like going back and forth, like while they were tearing people apart.
I'm sorry, I gotta say this. Josh will respect me for it. I guess you could call it a bullet train.
Josh, shut the God damn.
Why did you do it at me?
Mark, shut the fuck up, man.
Get it? Because it's a train that shoots bullets?
No, stop it.
Alright, go ahead, what you saying.
Anyways, so when the beta first downloaded,
Don't
get out of here.
Don't punch over that.
When the beta first Can I speak?
No.
That was a good pun. You're not allowed to speak until you respect that pun.
I respect it, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
When I first got in the beta, though, after the game downloaded, and I first joined a Conquest map and saw people actually drawn out in these battle lines and pushing up together behind tanks and stuff, my first impression was that this game's gonna be it. Like, it's gonna be a really good Battlefield game, the best in a long time.
I wonder if there's gonna be no man's land.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Like, the two trenches and
then
one
just
rush,
flat
and
fields.
fucking.
Like
That'd be
just
pretty
in the middle. Oh my.
That's gonna be crazy, and I'm excited to see what more they have to offer. What about the campaign? The campaign. I'm definitely excited for the campaign.
Yeah, I'm
You're gonna play as Hitler, right?
You're gonna play
What
as
is it like?
young Hitler.
Young Hitler.
Hold on. Wait a second.
What?
This is the wrong war, Josh.
No, Hitler was. Hitler was.
He wasn't really a big deal.
He was a messenger
No.
in World War One. Yeah.
He wasn't a big deal.
Well, no one cared about messengers.
this is
No one was like, "Oh no, Hitler, World War One."
Maybe you should have,
Were
you
they?
know, maybe they should have respected his postcards.
Oh, yeah.
Little Christmas stamps.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it because I think Battlefield does a beautiful job on their campaigns. They have all been good, especially Battlefield 4.
yeah, it was a good one.
Battlefield 4's
it
campaign was
was pretty
probably the best experience out of the whole entire game. There was always an exciting moment in every chapter, like when you're running across a ship. Spoiler alert! Running across a ship and it's tearing apart. That was just
pretty
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
One game we haven't talked about in the Battlefield series is Hardline, but we won't go there. Maybe after this video we can do a Hardline, like what we really thought about it, if you guys like it.
I didn't play it. So.
That's the source.
Oh
of
my
it.
god.
I didn't touch it.
Hardline was absolutely terrible.
I played the beta, and that's the furthest I went. I was
you
like, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, that's right. I did play the beta too.
You can drive the
Oh, yeah.
couch.
Oh yeah, you can
no.
drive the couch.
The only thing I remember from Battlefield beta is those. God, the cars were so jerky.
Oh,
You just go
yeah.
like this, and you'd be teleported back. I'm
Those Battlefield Hardline was terrible, but I'm happy the next Battlefield game they took the UI from Battlefront and put it into Battlefield 1, and it was just it's smooth, it's really nice on PC at least. He's the only one. Mark's the only one that's played it on console.
Because I'm an all-around gamer.
Yeah.
I even played it on the Wii U.
PC
Wow.
Master was
Just kidding, it wasn't on the Wii U.
no. You'd probably just see like flat and
Hey.
nothing.
It'd probably melt my Wii U just trying to download.
Not talking shit on the Wii U.
Yeah, no hate Nintendo. You're still my favorite company, but
Ew, Nintendo.
Stop it.
Ew.
Ew.
Jack and Daxter.
We're not here to talk about Nintendo.
Okay, I like Jack
Yeah.
and Daxter.
There's the glitches were like getting in and out of the tank.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
let's talk
Okay.
about that. So I play PC a lot, but I like using a controller because I'm used to the
So I
console.
like how you established that twice.
I'm
a
Yeah.
PC player.
Okay,
couple
whatever what
times.
Josh says. Okay, so I like using a controller for FPS games other than Overwatch. I just
Oh, yeah.
Okay, everyone calm down. Okay, anyway, so I was using a controller with the game. I had no problems with the controls at all. Not a single problem with the controls. Now these guys, Josh and Ronny, almost every single game, about every 10 minutes, would complain about how they can't use the controls.
Alright.
It wasn't that much.
No.
It was like once a game.
Okay.
What I'd constantly say about how I can't switch seats
Yeah,
in the tank.
yep.
and then-
You'll hear it in the one video. Josh and Ronny too. Ronny gets blown up in the tank because
Yeah,
of it.
because
I timed it right. I got out.
what happened was I would sit there and I spam my E button on my keyboard, and then it would finally right before the thing would, it would take me out, and then all of a sudden it would pull me back, and I was like, "What the frick?" And then it'd blow me up. I was like,
I held E.
I used a controller when I played it because I don't do keyboard for this kind of game either. But the only problem I had, and I'm sure you can fix this, I didn't spend my time going to the options and messing with the controller controls, was the running. I did not like how it was not toggled.
"Yes." I hated how you had to hold. I did
Oh,
play with
yeah.
the controller for a little bit, the Xbox controller.
Yeah.
I didn't like how you had to hold it down. I thought
That
that
kinda
was
got annoying.
really weird.
Can
I mean,
you change that? Did anyone look?
Yeah, toggle's always the thing option. I didn't look, but I sure to God hope.
I looked for toggle crouching and I couldn't find any toggle
Really,
crouching.
no toggle crouch.
I couldn't find any toggle crouching.
Speaking
I didn't
of-
use crouching all that much. It probably would have been better if I did, but I couldn't find it.
You were playing sniper. You didn't crouch.
Yeah, you were probably
What
prone.
the heck?
No, I didn't
Like,
even
I
crouch
crouched,
all
but I
the
wouldn't-
fucking
Jeez.
time.
Sniper of the year right here.
Oh, I tell you.
I got best scout.
Because you were the only one playing scout in the
Yeah.
squad.
No, there's like an entire like group.
Yeah,
scouts.
No, I meant like in our squad.
Well, yeah. that's just-
To me, I think that there should be at least a limit to how many snipers you can. At least snipers.
Yeah.
I mean, anything else that's fine. But I mean, when you have a whole enemy team that's just snipers and they're sitting there on the ridge just shooting you, you can't do anything with points.
Mm.
It gets a little irritating.
Yeah,
I
that
don't-
was bad. Like whole
I-
teams going snipers.
What is it? Is it 12 per team?
Yeah, on Rush just 12v12.
So you think maybe 4?
Is that it?
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
Four,
More
maybe
than
six.
that, yeah.
Maybe six.
6 would be alright.
It was seriously only 12v12 because it
Yeah.
felt like there was always.
I know,
someone
it
there.
felt like
Yeah.
a lot more.
It felt like 32 versus 32.
Yeah.
Now it's 12. Yeah, it's just
Jeez,
like
man.
it's just like a last battlefield
It's
where you
like
could
the-
actually kill someone with a blowtorch.
Oh yeah.
You just walk over, just like,
Or the paddles.
Yeah.
the paddles. Oh.
I remember the well, was it Bad Company that used the drill?
I think.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember you got an achievement called like dentist.
Oh
You
yeah,
killed
that's
him
right.
with
You
the
fucking
drill.
drilled him in the face.
I think overall it was a really good game.
It was a good beta.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward
I'm
to it.
excited for the full game.
It's probably one of the better betas that I've played.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Other than the key bindings and a couple glitches here and
And
there,
the snipers.
it ran pretty smooth.
I think they should have put at least one more map in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the,
I
Yeah.
think
for the beta they should.
the other betas, I think they had at least 2 or 3.
Yeah, I remembered
They
that.
should have had like a larger map for the conquest.
One thing we didn't get to see in the beta that I know is in the game because I've seen it videos on it is I'm pretty sure they did this other maps is weather climate.
Oh, the sandstorms.
Oh yeah, the
Sandstorm.
sandstorm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess there was sandstorms.
Sandstorms.
Oh, yeah, actually, there were sandstorms and mist.
Oh
There
yeah,
was
the
two
mist
different
too.
I don't remember the
Now,
mist though. I don't think I ever saw the mist.
The
it-
sandstorms though, like, was totally shut out the snipers, and
Yeah.
then people
Yeah.
would have to fight
Like-
on the ground.
Playing snipers,
Yeah,
you
anything.
were blind for like at least 20 to 15
I remember
minutes.
the one game I was just shooting at shadows in the tank. That was pretty fun.
I know other maps are supposed to have other climates,
Yeah.
like a battlefield, like grassy field and stuff. I know that it's supposed to have heavy rain and stuff and get all muddy.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw some gameplay on it. It looked pretty good.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. But other than that, I thought it was really good beta, and I'm definitely gonna pre-order it, and I'm pretty sure you get a map with it. But I'm gonna pre-order it definitely. That first game had me, like, it was really good. What about you, Josh?
I'm gonna pre-order it.
Yeah, this man here rarely pre-orders games, so you know it's a good game.
Oh,
This
it's
guy's
Resident
gonna fucking pre-order it.
Josh's recommendations.
What kind of DLCs?
You think it's just purely maps?
Who knows right now? We'll
What
have
was
to
it?
see the campaign.
What were the
first.
DLCs for the last Battlefields? Were they just
It
pure
was like
maps?
premium.
Old maps.
Old maps.
Oh,
yeah.
Old maps,
the
new
the
tanks.
bow. They released. a
Oh
first-
yeah, the bow.
That was. I thought that was.
I didn't
pretty
even
cool.
buy the fucking.
I-
They can't really.
No, continue.
They can't really do old maps though with Battlefield 1.
No,
Not
They
really.
can't.
they could do Wake
could.
Island. They always do Wake Island.
They could do that, and they could probably go back to the Battlefronts.
They can put in
Maybe.
any map they want to. It's their fucking game.
Yeah.
That's true. But I think like with DLC, I think they're probably just gonna add different types of tanks.
What was that?
They can remodel maps too.
That Battlefield game where the island made like a horseshoe.
Yeah, Wake Island.
Yeah, we got with
Okay.
a tsunami.
Yeah, Wake Island was like all those islands. It's a most popular Battlefield map.
That's where I landed that jet.
Was
Yeah,
a tsunami?
it was.
On that
You
rock.
fucking landed it right on the damn rock.
That map had an Easter egg.
Huh?
It had a big
Oh
Easter
yeah,
egg.
it did.
Yeah,
It was like a giant fish or
yeah, the
something
big
like
shark
that.
that popped
I thought
out.
it was
Oh, the
Megalodon.
Megalodon.
Oh, Megalodon.
But you had to get like everyone on the whole map to work together.
That was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Okay.
Or like the Yeti up in the.
So was that everything though? Battlefield 1 related?
I
Yeah,
mean,
close
it had
to
a couple flaws, but it's just a beta. I'm sure, or obviously, the main game's gonna have way more. I liked it overall, and I'm keeping my pre-order.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Ronnie's the only one who hasn't decided yet, but maybe he'll decide on video.
I think I'm definitely gonna pre-order it. I mean, I honestly don't care about the maps. I don't care about the I just think it's an overall good game.
Yeah, I can't wait for the
think
campaign.
yeah.
So
it has a lot of potential.
I'm just debating what I want to pre-order for. I grew up on consoles. I grew up from the old Nintendo consoles. I'm a console kid at heart, and it's more relaxing to me just sitting back using a controller on a TV than it is sitting at a desk looking at a small
Oh,
monitor.
you plug in a controller.
I'd be
I
somewhere.
still gotta sit at the desk.
I'd be somewhere in between PS4 and PC.
I'm PC.
I think I'm gonna do PC too.
I think I might get it for my 3DS.
3DS.
okay, but I think that's it. That's gonna wrap it up, guys. So, we'll have Battlefield gameplay over this. It won't be. We were gonna try to watch it, but we
they
had
probably already know at this point.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Just
We had some complications. So, anyways, I'm Kyle. This is Josh. That's Ronnie. That's Mark. His channel will be in the link. And he's a part of Clocked Out Gaming too. I do the video editing. Josh, you're the
channel manager.
and Ronnie is the you're the photo editor.
Graphical
Ronnie,
design.
yeah,
graphics.
whatever the fuck. He does the thumbnails, channel art, things like that.
What do you do,
I'm
Mark?
kind of here just to help
Yeah.
and give ideas.
What do you have to do?
Well, I give ideas, Josh. I'm the brain. I'm the brain.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right.
But like, I find this games to play and stuff.
All right, but yeah, if you guys liked what you saw here, just let us know if you want to see more of it and or what we can improve on. So we'll talk to you guys later.
Okay. We'll see ya.
Don't fucking.